What up, what up, what up? Welcome everybody to Cheap Drinks and Cheat Codes, episode 13. Yeah, you guys like that? The big old face as soon as you pop up. Today I'm joined with Josh, who is on Discord. He's up above me, but he's way over there.
Somewhere.
He's somewhere over there with the fro. Everybody knows everybody's hopefully so far. Big Justin on the far side, way away from me. How you doing, Justin? And then right next to me, I've got the beautiful, luxurious Philip. Speaking of Phillips, we were let down sadly by Philip Spencer's group Xbox. Anyways, today we're going to be going over a lot of stuff.
So many things.
Kind of.
I
A
agree.
lot of stuff.
Yes.
A lot of things happened, but they weren't
Not exciting things.
exciting. Yeah. So
we got Microsoft's event that happened today. It was an event.
It was
I
an
like your
event.
banana. I like
Thank
your
you.
banana shirt, Brendan.
Yeah, I was hoping to go bananas over the
fine.
shit that was dropped today, but sadly it was rotten.
Yeah. Make some banana bread.
Oh, don't say that. I'm hungry.
And they're probably not going to make any bread with that stuff.
Yeah.
With that shit.
Shit, mushy.
All right. So how's everybody feeling today? We good?
We
All
good.
right.
Got
Good.
Damn, Justin, I didn't get the cool shirt memo. I'm gonna just throw that out there. You got bananas, Mario. That looks interesting. I'm wearing a red
You're a
fucking
red shirt guy. You're a red shirt guy.
Yeah, you're a red shirt guy. At some point in this episode, you will die.
I feel like you're not allowed to have anything cool on because you're the only one with a neat hairstyle. Unless
Yeah,
my hair's
that's
in
true.
braids, and then I'm like
I was about to say
battling
you showed up tiptoeing and shit.
Tiptoeing in my job. Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's jump right into this Microsoft thing, Brandon. What we
Yep.
got?
So you guys might want to turn your audio on the stream on so you can actually hear it because there's a lot of gags and stuff in here. So let me know when you guys are ready.
Hit me with it.
Cool.
Debut
My
just
body's
a
ready.
slice of the amazing next-gen games you can expect from our partners this holiday and early next year. And because we read the interwebs, everything you see here will highlight the in-game experience, with actual gameplay captured in-engine to give you the best sense of what to expect when Xbox Series X launches later this year. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the following dreams being powered by Xbox.
4K.
Yeah.
4K.
No, this year it's fast loading. Fast loading. Your games will load.
This game did
To be
look
honest,
interesting.
This is Bulletstorm.
Yeah,
It's fucking Bulletstorm.
yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
you're fucking right, isn't it?
Literally
It is. It's
Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm.
Hey, I have Bulletstorm on
swords.
Xbox.
With swords.
Xbox One.
This game was
Remember
making me
when,
sick because there's too many fucking particles on the screen.
That's a lot of particles.
There is a lot going on.
But remember when
It's a beautiful game, though.
trying to make people pay for multiplayer on top
I
of
also-
multiplayer?
Can we at least take a
Also-
minute to appreciate that it's gameplay? It's actual gameplay.
Yeah, actual gameplay. And it's only being created by one guy.
Yeah, over in fucking overseas.
And then we
Asia.
don't have to worry about freaking cars and how they drive.
Yeah, dirt. I literally saw that as soon as they did like the weird color splashing thing. I was like, oh, this is fucking dirt.
Hey, racing fans get their due. They only get this in
Come on,
Forza.
bro.
And then this
Forza's
shit.
awesome.
Wrong.
I ain't
They
going front.
get-
Forza's the shit. I don't know. Forza's awesome. I love Forza.
Forza's good-ish.
I don't have anyone to play it with.
But,
That's the only reason I don't play it anymore.
This was literally. I messaged in the chat. I was like, oh, look, an Aliens game, and then they were like, Scorn. This is fucking Prometheus.
It looked like
This is
it looked
literally
like
This
Prometheus.
game was released.
But that
so
shit just
long
jizz?
ago. It came out a long time ago on the PC. Like this game is not new. It's an older game.
Bro, pissed.
Yeah.
It's
Some of us
an
have
older
already
game?
seen these. I haven't seen any of this shit because I was at work.
Yeah, you're good.
This
Yes.
is creeping me the fuck out. I ain't
Scorn,
gonna front. Let me say something real quick that I'm noticing from the trend of all these. None of them have fucking release dates, and that really upsets me.
They didn't show
I
any
don't like-
release dates on any of it.
Not even give me a Q2, Q4. I mean, you know, Assassin's Creed gave us Holiday, and that's it.
This one was
The rest
kinda
of them-
No, I do think one said 2021. I forget which game it is.
Which is just, part of my French, hogwash.
I think this next
Yeah.
trailer's the hot one.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. The fuck are you showing me a game from 2021?
Stop wasting
Oh
my
shit!
time.
Oh
Man!
goddamn, motherfucker! Oh,
Phil Scorn's been in development since 2014.
headset fell off on that.
Yo, and then this one, this trailer right here is so fucking funny with the music playing in the background.
I like this one a lot. This actually looks like something I'd pick up.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
probably
hyped for this
buy
one.
Yeah. I'm not a
I
huge
have
fan that it's
the
first person, but
You can get the first one on Steam for pretty cheap if you want to actually know the universe.
Yeah.
It is based off a tabletop role-playing game, but yeah, I'm hyped for this game.
The dancing and fast forward is so funny. Yeah, this one was one of the gameplay ones I was like, okay. But wow.
Yeah, I'm this is, and again, no release date. So like, come on, like, why are you world premiere?
And then this one is literally like in the Sea of Thieves fucking engine. Like,
that last one also did have gameplay though. It wasn't riveting, but it definitely had in-game.
but in
gameplay, but like this.
I don't want to see just no HUD walking like.
That's that game though.
Yeah.
But
That
that's
really
what all
is
of
that
them
game.
are, like Vampire, all that shit. And then the one with the spaceship, like I want to see actual like real time gameplay. Like this one, this trailer right here showed you real time gameplay.
But it underperformed where this trailer is also, but then it goes to this top-down horseshit. And
Yeah, that's where this game lost me.
It was the top down part.
I don't like it. I don't like. I'll do a top-down Diablo. I don't think I could ever touch a top-down. Shit.
Will you? Because we played it like once.
Don't ever mention it, man.
I'm always
This-
on Diablo. What the fuck are you talking about?
Look at that.
This thing was crazy. I think this is medium. The actual story they told on in the interview was pretty insane.
Thing is I feel like maybe it's the same people that did the Man of Medan that just came out or
forgot
something.
to cut that out.
It's all good. This guy's cute looking.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that motherfucker.
This looks like
World
Control.
premiere.
Is that still medium?
Yeah,
Did they do that? Did they do
But it
that?
does
The
look like
world
Control.
premiere.
World premiere every single fucking
Yeah,
time.
they
Yeah.
did it for everything.
I think they did.
right,
I think
guys.
they even did it
The
for
game that
Assassin's
could run
Creed,
on
and
the
it
Switch.
wasn't even the fucking world
Yeah.
premiere.
I hope this isn't their E3 substitute.
Well,
have
I
to
guess
do
we'll talk about it
something.
afterwards. But they did announce that they were going to do a separate Microsoft Studios summer event where they'll release like over 100 titles. They said
Yeah, okay.
over 100
It's gonna be
titles.
100 of these world premieres.
Scarlet Nexus.
No dates. Like,
Nope.
fuck.
No
To have
HUD running.
blatantly to have no date at all blows my mind. Not even like a spring blank. Like, jeez, like come on. Oh, this is that. Yeah.
I thought that shit
Outside
was
of stores.
Turok, but it was just.
That actually doesn't look bad
Yeah.
if it's like $30. I've never gotten to the Yakuza games.
I knew it was
They're fun.
Yakuza right off the bat, and then there's a part in here.
Who am I? Y'all said I'm in this.
This
trailer.
guy.
The red him.
Why is that
Right there.
Hey.
That's why.
Yo, when he
Let's
pulls
go.
when he pulls an Edward and just fucking summons the
pole?
bat straight out of the fucking ground, I was like, oh shit.
Is that a giant crawfish?
Yeah, it was a giant like lobster or crawfish with fucking steel hands.
I feel like while playing Yakuza, you need a guy in the background to just be like, don't ask questions. See, I argued with Rob, RIP, that this didn't have gameplay.
No,
He was like, this isn't gameplay. I think this is gameplay. Like, it
Mm.
looks
No.
different in the trailers.
It's
Like, that
not-
running scene, that is all game. That's in-game engine gameplay.
I mean it's
yeah.
probably
It's not gameplay, quote unquote. It's in-game. What do they consider it? In-game
But
footage, in-game
To me,
engine?
that's gameplay.
Yeah, in-game
But
footage.
I don't consider that gameplay because it doesn't give you a feel for the game.
But what's the difference? Okay, give me an example of a game. I'll give you an example of a game I'm playing right now, God of War. There's cutscenes, in-game cutscenes, where it's no different than when you're playing, and then the cutscene will stop, and Kratos is like, and then you're playing again.
Right.
To me, it's the same thing.
I get that, but from the trailer, so I guess it's different. With God of War, they showed in the trailer him basically in the same camera angle, no HUD, hacking and slashing people. With this, it was a bipod camera or something else in Unity or whatever engine they're using to film in-game animation and cutscenes. That doesn't give me an experience at all. That's no different than
fair.
watching the cinematic trailer.
Yeah, it's just an in-game engine cinematic trailer. It's not. I would not call that gameplay. Gameplay should be showing somebody with the they don't have to see them with the controller, but they would be moving them around. You know, doing the Assassin's Creed going through a mission, chopping some people up and then moving on. Like that's gameplay. So the Ascent showed gameplay. You saw the isometric view, you saw shooting, aiming in directions. That's gameplay. So I know how that game's going to play. I have no idea how Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to play.
Yeah, that's fair. So, out of any of those, are you guys excited for any of them?
Yeah. The Ascent.
I feel like unanimously. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
I was gonna say the Ascent really kind of drew me, and then obviously I'm interested in Valhalla, but I don't think I'll buy it. I'm interested in watching someone play it.
Yeah, I think all of us here are gonna get it. But I don't. Yeah, you don't play single player games like that, but I know I'm gonna get it. Other than that, just the Vampire Masquerade, I'm interested in. Not definitely gonna get it. I'm still interested to see what they did from the first one. And low key, that second Extinction looks like a quirky, fun.
That would be fun if it was like a co-op shooter type thing.
Yeah.
And
I was hoping for more. Like when they said like there was a dinosaur game, I was hoping for like old Turok, where like roaming through the jungles, like how like kind of what the Predator should have been.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan when they do these strictly like Scorn, for example. That did nothing.
Yeah, I don't even know. I still think it's a movie.
I don't get the point of it. To say what
I will say it looks super interesting.
Yeah, but from that though, it's just like I that is just as interesting as with no gameplay or nothing at all. I'd rather just them do the Bethesda Elder Scrolls and some fucking mountains. Like I don't need you to spend money on that.
I will say that it's better than that. Elder Scrolls 6 and the mountains,
to me, it's
because
the same.
you get a feeling for what this world is a bit, where it like Elder Scrolls sure is fantasy. So there's mountains and you're going to be adventuring, but you have no feel for like, is it the whole kind of Norse Viking style of Skyrim? You have no idea. Where this is like some sort of weird alien type of planet, and I want to know more. So it did grab me.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of these cryptic things like that one that they did with George R.R. Martin.
Yeah,
it's like, why are you showing me this? Like, and then it's like a year later and they have nothing to talk about. Like, don't do that. I understand things happen, and maybe they did that and then had a plan in 6 months to do something else. But
I think it happens too often for that to really be the case.
Yeah, 100%. I would rather developers have a plan, have an idea, show something, and then a couple months to a year later have more information. If that's not the plan, then don't do it, because you can definitely cause a problem by getting the hype train rolling and then fucking up. Like I think right now Xbox is fucking up because their hype train was better than Sony's. Sony's was barely bringing out any news. Microsoft was constantly, here's what our console looks like. Here's what our controller is. Here's this. And then to have this come up and just be like, now their momentum to me is stopped. It's done. I'm like, I could care less about what you're doing right now. Except for Madden, because I'm saying,
right, stop wasting my fucking time. I saw that and I just literally took my headset off. I don't want to hear some dude from the fucking Super Bowl talk about how proud he is to be a part of Madden. You were already in the fucking game. You play the sport.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they called one of us and they were like, "Hey, we really want you to introduce Madden." I'd have been like, "Okay, that makes sense then."
Yeah, you hear me?
Hold on,
you hear?
just fell out of my...
The thing is for like premieres for stuff, sports games you don't need to do. It's not like there's a legal battle anymore. You know what company is making the sports games now.
2K does have a new rights to an arcade football game.
Arcade football, but the NFL is still owned. Like they're partnered with EA, so know Madden's coming out. I don't need to see a premiere of any of that.
That's fair.
Big facts.
Yeah. The other thing from this event that we gathered that I think is interesting is they did give a list of games that'll immediately get the free upgrade to the Xbox Series X via what did we just call it? Smart Pass?
I think Smart Pass series.
Yeah, Smart Pass. So I'm gonna riddle that off real quick. You got Assassin's Creed, Call of the Sea, Chorus, Cyberpunk 2077, Dirt 5, Scarlet Nexus. So a lot of games we just saw. Second Extinction, The Ascent, Vampire, The Masquerade Bloodlines, and Yakuza. So from that, I would imagine since a lot of them are automatically going to get the upgrade, none of those games really got dates, but you'd imagine they'd come out before the next gen because they're going to be.
Yeah, if they're saying they're backwards compatible, then they have to be coming out before the console.
Or they know that supply will be low.
Yeah.
And that so people that maybe don't buy the new console right off the bat will be able to get the game on the Xbox One, and then when they can get the Series X, get the digital copy.
That's fair. My only concern is how that's going to work for us physical game buyers. I think that's going to make complete sense if you digitally get it, and it's like, okay, the license under this person, he bought it. Now, re-download it for the next gen or whatever. But if you buy it for disc, I have no idea how that's going to work out, because that's literally like, mute our mics real quick so Microsoft isn't listening. I could buy a copy of Assassin's Creed, let all of you borrow it, and then you digitally get the upgraded version, because how the fuck would it know what copy of game that was? You know what I mean? Like how are they going to know?
I'm assuming you'd have to put the disc in for it to download the updated patch.
Yeah, but the discs don't have like licenses. They don't have their own serial codes for a disc.
So no, but it would probably need to run something.
Yeah.
Like every time.
No,
I mean, consider like putting.
Call of Duty came out for if you wanted to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, you had to put in the physical Call of Duty disc to play that game digitally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like consider like even though all those games now on the PS4 and Xbox, they install the game to the console, but you still have to put the disc in to run. It still runs a CD key to say, hey, it's here. So it's probably you're putting your Xbox One copy into your Series X, and then it just runs the CD key and then says, okay, yeah, you have it. Play the Series X one.
That'll be interesting. I'm definitely with it, because I can see these consoles dropping like early November, and then like I can see Assassin's Creed coming out like mid-October. Same thing with Cyberpunk. We know when that comes out, so that's cool though, because that was definitely a big thing. Because Cyberpunk, I think I'm getting it for PC, but when I was thinking about getting it for PS4, I was definitely like, I might just wait, because I was not going to play it twice or buy it twice.
I still want that Dragon game to come out that they canceled like when the Xbox came out.
They super canceled it. This even makes me mad. This article that I just pulled up, watch the first Xbox Series X gameplay footage showing off ray tracing and graphics. The only thing I would really say showed off real graphical things was that bright memory, because of the amount of lights and shadows.
But it was too much. I would never play that fucking game. There's too much going on. Like that's like definitely my kind of shooter. Like Phil and I played through and beat Bulletstorm the day it came out.
Yeah.
And that just had way too like lightning and then the rain like all in my face. Like that's cool, like cinematic experience. But if I'm trying to like shoot motherfuckers, I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, even the medium had a good like ray trace effect to it, because there was a lot of shadow lines and light lines you could see around that came out at least really well looking. Like then again, that was more in-game engine than gameplay itself, so that can all just be touched here and there.
I'm about to punch this website in the face because it won't let me look at it. Okay.
Yeah, like there was one point in that bright memory where like they're aiming and shooting at something. I don't even see what they're shooting at, because there's just like so much crap going around.
And and I'm still not entirely convinced that was in-game finalized, I guess, gameplay, we'll call it, because there was a point where like the gun was kind of doing this, and like they was kind of like spraying back and forth with the gun like this. It would normally, like all the shooters you play, it's like the gun's on the shoulder, but I don't know. It was like the camera was free. It wasn't really like moving. I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird. And then the clunky ass wall running. But
that's fair.
At first, I thought when I saw that it was going to be like, oh, a new Titanfall.
Titanfall raid. All right.
So what are you guys going to be doing on June 11th? Anything? Y'all any plans?
Working from home.
What you do now, motherfucker?
Yeah. You're gonna tune in live to watch EA Play live June 11th at 4 p.m. PST. Why did you just go full South Park? Fucking.
I'm not hyped for a lot.
How do you kill that which has no life? Yeah. So if you guys haven't gathered, EA just dropped the thing a couple days ago, as you can see on the screen. EA Play Live. It's their same thing they did last year for E3. They didn't technically attend E3 last year. They had a venue like across the street.
They're like in a parking lot.
Yeah, it was like right down the road where they did all their events. I have zero expectations because last year's was so cringy. They showed off Apex, all their football games. Sorry, my dog just startled the shit out of me. Apex, the football games or sports games, and Star Wars. That was it. That's all I think I remember from that.
That's probably all there was.
Yeah, and they wrote Apex hard because they didn't think that was going to be that popular, so they were like, "Woo, we did it!"
There was I think there was probably another Ghost Recon in there. Like there was a Ghost Recon that came out that I didn't even realize was coming out.
Isn't that Ubisoft, not EA? Right?
You might be right. Either way, I don't know. They kind of mesh for me now because they don't have a lot I care about.
Ubisoft I still like a lot.
They got some good stuff, but
yeah. So this is just the first guaranteed like, hey, instead of E3, we're doing this. So I'm personally excited for it, just something because I love E3 just for 3 days where I can just be like, I'm getting some cool news on games. Like that's what I like, and I don't want that peppered out all summer. Like I want to sit down in a weekend and get all of it at once and be like, hype. Which I don't think we're gonna get. I think they're all gonna pick different times. But again, June 11th, 4 p.m. PST. There's no information other than that. Like, no, we don't have any idea what games are going to be shown. But I don't think they're going to show much. Battlefield, maybe.
No. That's a hard maybe.
Oh, I forgot. Dragon Age 4. They might do something for that.
Ooh,
I forgot. EA does that game.
I'm excited for the new Battlefield because
I'm sorry. Keep going.
I was saying, unless they're going to show something for the new one, because this one's now technically dead.
Yeah, they just show the Battlefield 5 trailer recently canceled. That's it.
I can see them doing a shitty trailer like they just did with these other games. Like it's no gameplay. It's just going to be like, dude running Battlefield. Like I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm still really butthurt on Dragon Age 3 when Lizard Squad killed all the servers like 4 holidays ago. And all the servers were dead, and I couldn't play Dragon Age 3, a single-player game, because it needed to be signed in online.
You talking about Inquisition?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was a really good game.
Yeah, and I couldn't play it for like a week when it first came out, because you had to be on their servers to play the single-player game. I don't understand why. Lizard Squad was like, fuck you, bitch. So, but yeah, so if Dragon Age 4 gets dropped, that might be their Fallen Order, because that was the only reason I didn't watch last year.
Yeah, but I mean, that's BioWare, and BioWare. What else did they do? The Dragon Age. Is that all they have now?
Bro, that's all they got.
Wow. Yeah.
BioWare also does Mass Effect, right?
Mass Effect, yeah, that's right. So a new Mass Effect would be it's time for a new Dragon Age and Mass Effect to come out. So
Phil.
I guess actually don't hold on.
They're not doing it. They're trying to recover from Anthem. They're over here trying to get wrenches out their asshole.
There is
Anthem.
Quote unquote Josh's favorite word, rumor floating around that there's a Mass Effect remastered series coming out, going to remaster apparently all of them.
They would need to, because that series is dead now.
You can play them on PC. They don't need to remaster them. Just give me a new one.
Every time I hear a new rumor on like future consoles and stuff, I think of The Walking Dead, and I hate that show nowadays. But the meme where Rick is like, "This is how we live now." That's what I think of when we think of rumors, because it's just nonstop fucking rumors. Like, ugh. But yeah, so hopefully, I think that would save them if they mic dropped and Dragon Age with like some gameplay. That would be the only thing I think that would make people hype. Because if they just go Dragon Age and show nothing, like just they mountains Dragon Age. I love Dragon Age because Dragon Age is a perfect example of how I like my games. Like it's Diablo that you can pull your character and look at your character and get more immersed in, because you can also top down it and play that way if you want when you're fighting. But then you can also make your own character and zoom out, and I like that a lot. So I think that is the one thing they could do to make me not annoyed at that conference. But we'll see. Strolling right along from conferences, CD Projekt Red's doing a little something. On wait, what? It's also on June 11th. Like I just said, I like to get serenaded all in one day. So that's dope.
And
they don't have a time.
I don't think Microsoft gave a date for that. They just said summer. So maybe it's all.
They said July.
Oh, was it July?
They said July. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this doesn't show a date, but as you can see, also real quick, we're gonna segue. Why can't that console that they're doing for the Xbox look like that?
Look
If
like
it
that
looked like
tweet?
that, I'd consider buying it. That's the color palette they should have used, like a bright, like, whoa, what is that? That's popping. That's on your like,
Right.
you know, in your console set where your games are and shit. That'd be cool. They did that ugly, busted ass. It looked like fucked up claptrap. That's what it looked like. But yeah. So I'm assuming we're gonna get gameplay. They've already done several gameplay trailers. We already got you can make your dick big. We already got
Yep.
That's all I care about. It sold me.
breaking news. So I mean, it has to be just like a good 15-minute demo. That's the only thing I can think of that's left for that game. Like we already know everyone's gonna fucking buy it. Do you guys have any expectations or anything you really are like?
No.
Like we're all buying it.
They're-
Like I feel like
I'm soon enough to already purchase this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's CD Projekt Red. The Witcher series is one of my favorite series of all time. Top 10 games. The third one, like specifically. Now they're going into a cyberpunk sci-fi. That's cool. They're gonna have an awesome story to work with. I know I'm gonna buy it, but there was a behind closed door, like actual demo that they did not show any gameplay
I've
from.
heard about that. Yeah, I've heard people talk about it. Or
If
mention it.
they show that and we can actually see that demo played out, even if they have like, you can't die mode or whatnot, but just seeing like all the choices you can do, I probably will die right there, but it'll be great.
Yeah,
Down to 3
super
members.
sold. Yeah, well, God, the fives dropping like flies.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we're already excited. It's gonna be awesome. This is something I had to talk about because I'm really excited. Brandon, if you can get it up, the Gollum, Lord of the Rings Gollum
I can
game
get
that got
it up.
announced for PS5. There's not much about it. It's coming out next year on PlayStation 5. So it does look like an exclusive for now. That's what it says on here. We got these creepy as hell screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question. I don't know if you guys know. Is Andy Sigrist or whoever, the guy who
Serkis?
actually is he doing this game?
I don't think so. There's not much information.
No, actually, I know who is doing it. Never mind.
If it was Andy Serkis, that'd be awesome because that's his thing.
No, it's I think a guy named Liam O'Brien is doing the voice.
Okay.
You don't have to know who that is. Don't worry about it.
Obviously, I don't. This doesn't look good per se. Like the still Brandon's on it. Definitely looks super early concept. Nothing really looks fleshed out. But I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. It's my favorite movie. Had to talk about it. Had to pop up them screenshots. Anything Lord of the Rings. Like I love what they did with Shadow of War, the first one. The second one definitely stretched their lore as much as they possibly could.
I need to actually finish that second one. I haven't finished it yet.
It just made me sick. I can't finish it. I know I don't finish games often. I physically pick that game up and just get so bored because it's the same monotonous thing. Like I'm like super high level, and these boss dudes keep walking up to me like, "Hey, Ranger," and I'm just like, and then I kill them. And then, like, I loved the first one and beat it quite quickly. The second one is just
that first one is wonderful.
Yeah, I loved it. But again, there's not
except
much
for the
to talk
boss
about.
fight of the first one is stupid. Last one.
Yes. It wasn't very.
That
hard.
screenshot right there is so far like the best. It looks
Yeah, it's just
very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Spider one's pretty cool too, though. Yeah, it has to be kind of early concept. It just doesn't really. It's definitely not the same like graphical type that the Shadow games are. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm still with it. Actually, I'm gonna check one more thing. The publisher is Dedalic Entertainment. I've never heard of them, so I'm gonna see if they've done anything worth.
Doesn't sound.
It sounds familiar.
Not to me.
But I play a lot of games, so.
Deponia, Edna and Harvey, Shadow Tactics, Blades.
I haven't
Shadow
heard of any of
Tactics.
those
That's what I know them from. Yeah.
Yeah, they've made about
I didn't play it, but I know the
45
game.
titles. Trying to think. I haven't even heard of any of these other than Shadow Tactics.
I have never seen any of these. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully they do well. I don't want to talk about it too long, but yeah, it is what it is. Get hype, Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Last but not least, R.I.P. F in the chat. Battlefront 2 is getting its final update.
Ooh.
This game came out in 2017 to a little bit of drama, little bit of loot boxes. little bit of pay to win. The biggest thing I wanted to bring up here, because all of their content, I'm like 99% sure has been free. All their updates, they haven't done any.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this now that it's done? I've bought it when it first came out, like it was on Origin for like $30. Every update feels fun. It just, I feel like it took them the entire game's life cycle, which is now like 3-4 years, to finally make it, I feel like, what it should have been when it first came out. And that's, I feel like, a big problem with games, you know, No Man's Sky. I can go for a little bit of games that come out, they don't really hit the potential.
The only thing is the big difference between No Man's Sky and this. No Man's Sky came out as being developed by one person. This is a big company, AAA title that came out bad.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't have been upset with it if like they didn't a little in all the microtrans controversy in the very beginning, but if they came out and was like, okay, we're gonna drop the first part original trilogy. Oh, next year we're gonna do a full expansion of the prequels, and then when they finish the Skywalker series, oh, next year full Skywalker series. But then they're like, hey, here's a couple characters from a movie that's not out yet. Hey, here's a map from a movie that's not out yet, and that's all you got. And then on top of that, it was like $30 for a skin. You want that character from the movie? $30.
Yeah, even though I tend not to always follow reviews, I just heard the story. Like they made a campaign, just got like dumped on, and I was just like, well, maybe I won't waste my time with it.
If you want a perfect summation of that campaign, watch the video game Donkey's review, because it's hilarious. He's just standing there shooting the AI in the face, and they're just standing there, boom, dead, boom, dead. Like they were drunk when they made that that story and all of it.
And then Galactic Conquest.
Yeah, and there's still no the one thing everyone was like, hey, can we get that mode, please? Maybe. And it's just silly because this on paper, Battlefield now make Battlefront. Like that, it's literally a perfect couple.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, just.
I'm pretty sure I played the beta more than I played the full game.
Yeah, same. I have it. I pick it up and play for like a couple hours, and then we just, we sit around, play, and then it just gets boring. And it's just like, I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up a little bit just because it's just, I don't want to see any more games come out. And then you're like, here's another one. Sea of Thieves. You're like, you get it. You're like, this is fun. Oh, I can't wait for the day the game comes out. You're like, I can't wait for blank, blank, blank in DLC. It's like, yo, this game just came out. You just paid $60. The game should be literally done. You should only want filler stuff, not give me more of the actual game.
Yeah.
I don't care if the updates are free. Like No Man's Sky, Sea of Thieves. They're all free updates. They should be. You didn't give us a whole goddamn game. I'm not thankful for that. Like, make your game, and then I'll pay for DLC if it's good. Like, if Sea of Thieves was like, unlock the Galleon's Graveyard DLC, $30, and it was like a whole nother 50 hours of story that you could play with friends and like do stuff, I have no problem doing that. Just give me a whole game when it first comes out.
Yeah, it was just a grind of 4 missions. There was four quests, 4 bounties you could do, and you had to grind out to get, what was it, Legend? Like legendary pirate or something like that, and then you got more levels. Fuck that. That took, I know people at work, like Matt in the install bay, it took him almost 4 or 5 months to get that.
I loved sailing in that game. It was super fun
because it was team based,
and that was and it was cool. And if there was just more if they literally put a little bit more emphasis on the gunplay and the ship battles and had things to do when you got the islands, dude, I would have loved that game. And Justin, I've seen you pick it up a couple times recently. Has it improved?
It's gotten better. There's a whole like new they're all called like emissaries, like the gold people and the skelly ladies and all that. There's a whole new one where it's just they're called the Reapers, and you put a flag on and it shows your ship consistently on the map. So everybody on the entire ship server knows that you're hostile. And
that's interesting.
The whole reason of that group that you're in is just to literally be a true pirate and go around, sink people, take their shit.
That's cool. Yeah, the game has so much potential.
There's a whole new island, like a whole new row of islands in the map. They're all all volcanoes and shoots lava and shit all over. There's been a lot, but there should have been more from the start than what it is now.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot to post it, but there is actually an article that came out about the whole like looking back on it, 3 years later, and how like it revitalized itself. And that game is actually doing really well. A lot of people have been hopping on board to that game.
You're talking about Sea of Thieves still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly have much more fun with that game now than I did from the beginning.
Well, yeah, we played it, and we're literally. I remember we're sailing. One dude's playing a little song, and we're just like, "What are we doing? There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do. There was absolutely nothing to do." And
Like I feel I could go back to that game and have a lot more fun now. Even though I had a lot of fun at first because it was just like this whole teamwork thing of just getting your boat to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is really cool, but there's nothing to do.
And like there's skeleton crewed ships that are like floating around now that you can go fight and take on.
There's
randomly
more
pop up out of the water and attack you.
All right,
more to do, so which is good.
time to re-download. We'll see. But again, that's my beef: is don't do that. Make your game, take the time, make it what it is, and you can make more money because then people might buy your DLC. Because there's no way you Anthem and you think, could you imagine Anthem was like, in 2 years they're like, actually no, let me stop because EA will make you try to pay
do
for some
that.
shit. They'll Destiny.
They're listening.
Here's 9 more suits. We want $60.
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna stop now. All right. Well, let us know in the comments what you think of Battlefront. If you're still playing it, if you played from the beginning, if you're sad, and if what you want from a Battlefront 3. If EA makes one before their license is hopefully gone soon. For the love of God, it's soon. It's soon. It's in the next year or two.
That's soon.
Yeah. All right. Speed
In the
run.
meantime,
Pop it like it's hot.
yeah. I need somebody to buy me one of these fucking things.
Yep. Kinetsu no Yaiba. Demon Slayer. Demon Hunter, Demon Slayer? Yeah,
Demon Slayer.
If you're, if you live under a rock, you might not know, but this is one anime that came out 2 seasons ago that was just pure fire.
It is
literally
phenomenal.
Fire. Literally.
It's good. Good time.
There we had some pictures up, they disappeared.
Well, we have pictures of them. I mean, they're just not yeah.
Hey, there's Tamagotchis of it. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about the Evangelion Tamagotchis. We didn't have a picture. Had to get these up here. So if you're into Tamagotchis and you want a Nezuko Tamagotchi,
That's the only one
if
that's
you're
gonna
still
sell.
into something that came out in the 90s, like I didn't think people made Tamagotchis anymore.
Yo, hipsters will fuck with a Tamagotchi. They have it right here. It's just chilling there, dying, beeping. They don't know what the fuck it means.
What's going on?
Josh, you still got 3 years on that EA Star Wars license.
It's 3 years. That's
Yeah,
actually interesting.
They got till 23. It was a 10-year sign.
Okay, pin in that for half a second. We're gonna go shoot over to that. The only thing I wanted to mention is if you're a Demon Slayer fan, they did release a couple weeks ago that October 16th the movie comes out. I wanted to bring that up, which is the next arc. So, all right, pin undone. Star Wars. So we talked about last week that they wanted to do a trilogy. So I guess that's doable in 3 years. As well as Fallen Order did just get New Game Plus. So that's a thing. If you guys care about that, if you don't know what New Game Plus is, it's just when you beat the game, you can play it over with most of your stats intact.
New Game Plus should be something it comes with, though.
A lot of games don't nowadays. Some of them do.
I wish they did.
This game hasn't been out for a while though, so I feel like usually it comes out within a little bit. But yeah, so it does have New Game Plus. There was another update as well that just came out.
Combat challenges.
Yes, the challenges. Yep, the combat challenges as well. So that's interesting. If you're still playing that game, I'm not trying to play it, but
I will say, doing a trilogy in only 3 years left of a license, unless they're half,
that shit.
Yeah, unless they're halfway done with the sequel, which this game came out last year.
Yeah.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. That's really pushing it, and it's probably just going to be taking code and assets from the one before.
Oh, it's EA.
Star Wars Odyssey.
Or they'll Destiny that shit, and the DLC will be basically the trilogy or the 5, because they just kept Destiny alive for fucking ever.
Respawn's EA, I don't know if we can. They're yeah, you can. They're just a bouncer standing above them. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. New Game Plus, extra combat challenges, and that does segue nicely into the 3 years of can they do it? They'll definitely get a Borderlands. They'll definitely get a Battlefront 3 out if they desire within 3 years. I can see them doing that. Which maybe they'll finally learn because third time's a charm. Let's see what's up. All right, we haven't made fun of Stadia in 2 days. So if you have Stadia, if you're into that kind of thing, you can finally now use your controller wirelessly. You can use the wireless controller finally wirelessly on your PC. That was the issue before. You had to have it connected to a USB.
What's the subscription for that?
$14.99. You get the update in the controller, and then it allows you. You have to put $1 in, and then it connects to your computer.
Okay, sick. Is that every time? That's every time, right? Just
every
24
hours.
They send you a square reader, and you're like, fuck. Just gotta.
Every 24 hours.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because that's something that should have been like, you have this cool streaming technology that you can play a game even on your computer wherever, but you have to plug it in, and that's just silly as fuck, because it's just like, it's a cool concept controller. It's just like, how difficult can it be to just connect wirelessly? Like my Xbox controller, my Elite controller connects to my PC automatically. Like it knows. It's like, what's up? Hey, I'm here. But you know, interesting. Mortal Kombat expansion. This really shouldn't be in speedrun. I should have moved this up because this is awesome. This is the first like super DLC that adds to the story of Mortal Kombat. They normally don't do that. They normally come out, the story exists, and they come out with just characters. They finally were like, fuck it, this is gonna add to the DLC, and the added stages, adding story, and your boy RoboCop. So that's all I care about. RoboCop, Terminator. I don't play a lot of fighting games because I don't have anybody to play them with, and I like to just play people I know. I'm not gonna.
I will say that the story from the new Mortal Kombat was awesome. I played it just for the story. I love Mortal Kombat, and I can be decent. Not really, still pretty bad at Noob Saibot because he's my only guy, and once you learn my moves, you kind of beat me. I can't. I'm not a fighting game kind of multiplayer guy.
Yeah.
But that game is fun, and the fatalities, I could sit down and just do everyone's fatalities for hours because they're so cool.
Yep, I just wanted to talk about that a little bit because that's awesome. They had just had a movie come out recently, which is fire. It's Mortal Kombat, like Scorpion's Revenge.
Yo,
watch it. I loved it. It was awesome. Do that thing all day. All right, baby girl Kate Blanchett, what's up?
she's actually in the chat.
Yeah, Kate, shout out. Like I already mentioned, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. She's Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. She's also Thor's older sister in Ragnarok. Plot twist. I don't know if you saw that movie.
Oh no.
But she got casted as Lilith, which couldn't be better. She's an amazing actress. I haven't seen her in that kind of role. Like, what's up? You a badass. Like I haven't seen. She's really usually soft spoken and chill. Like, so that's interesting.
I mean,
she was pretty badass in Thor
Thor's
Ragnarok.
sister.
Yeah, she was pretty badass as the Queen of
pretty
Knives.
Badass.
She wasn't like Lilith's character though. If you're familiar with Borderlands,
I mean, she wasn't like hyper aggressive, but like she had that like sleek, like when she was just tossing fucking knives out of her, like just killing people. I thought that was sick. Yeah,
right.
Should be. But how do we feel about the movie though?
Oh, it's gonna suck. But I'm excited. This is a good cast. They usually don't even do good casts for game movies. So
yeah, but I mean, if you think of like Tales from the Borderlands, like if they go off a story that's like that, they could make a great movie. Because Tales from the Borderlands is a great game.
I want to agree with what you're saying. But if 25 years has taught us anything about game movies, they don't pay attention to they'll M. Night Shyamalan that shit. They're like, oh, Avatar. All right, there's like 4 seasons of Nickelodeon content, and they just like throw it off the table. And then they're like, this is what we're gonna do, and then they just fuck it up.
What about The Witcher? I mean, that's so far been pretty
The
high.
Witcher's, but that is based off of the books.
I get that, but the Telltale is basically a book. It's less of a video game than like it is a visual experience.
Yeah.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
I don't know why I'm hyping it up. It'll probably
I'm
suck,
interested.
Fuck.
It could also be because The Witcher they based it more series based instead of a movie, so they have more time to stretch things out and give a better storyline over.
That show was so good.
Multiple episodes.
I loved that show.
Compared to where they take, a 50, 60-hour gameplay game, butcher it, and then condense it down to an hour and a half.
Yeah, when Henry Cavill got casted as Geralt, I was like, they're on crack cocaine. Like, I was like, this is gonna suck. And then that footage came out with that fake ass wig, and I was like, this is going to suck. Then they dropped the trailer, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is
I did like the Leonardo. I was like, you have my curiosity.
He went to his agent, and when he heard casting for it, and he's like, get me there. He has played through that game 3 times before he went. and went for casting, and he read through the books 3 times before going in.
We gonna fuck Henry Cavill. I understand. He plays Warhammer, so I'm with it.
I mean, those leather pants when he was out there stunting in the action cinematic, bro. I was
he killed that
I had a
role.
chub.
I'm so excited for season 2. I can't it can come out next week, and I'll be like, cool.
I watched that season of The Witcher 2 times through in the first weekend it was out.
I'm gonna wait like the moment the next season gets a date or like rumors, I'll probably rewatch it. I'm gonna wait. But yes, Halo Master Chief Collection, May 12th. That's next week.
Yup.
It's gonna be Halo 3.
Halo 2 Anniversary is coming to the PC version.
When Halo 3 makes its shift, it's gonna change some stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
Siege might take a back seat for a while.
Man, y'all said that, and then I'll play for like 8 minutes, and I was like, whatever.
No, Phil and I played Halo quite a bit together.
I played Halo Reach for the first month for like 40 hours.
He didn't go outside, and that was before the quarantine.
Yeah, but I never go outside because fuck that.
All right, let's look at some games.
Releasing games this week. Plot twist: there aren't any. All right, we don't have much. A lot of them are ports from other places. As you can see here, we got John Wick Hex, which was already on PC. It's now going to be on PS4. Someday You'll Return is on PC, May 5th. Trackmania, May 5th on PC. War Tile, which is a DLC for the PC game, is now going to be on PC, Xbox, and PS4. That game's pretty fun if you don't know what it is. It's cool. Pick it up. Arborea comes out on PC May 7th. Fledgling Heroes is on the Switch May 7th. Lonely Mountains Downhill comes out on the Switch May 7th. Wavy the Rocket is on PC May 7th. And Super Mash, which you just want to say Super Smash, is on the Switch May 8th.
Wow.
Of those, I feel like War Tile is the only thing I'm interested in for the DLC.
The Super Mash.
Yes.
I browsed it real quick while we were sitting there chit-chatting. So what you do is you take 2 different genres of games and you can mash them into one thing. So you can take like a JRPG and mash it with a platformer.
Yeah.
And it'll make a game based on that. And then you can share it with other
Oh, I see. Because it's a mash.
Yeah. Actually looks really, really neat.
That does sound cool.
And that dumbass Wavy the Rocket looks kind of cool.
It just sounds like
a
sounds like something a chick called her dildo.
It's a typical like Flappy Bird aspect where it's like a 2D scroller, make it through the but you instead of just holding a button to go up and down, you follow a sound wave. So you have to either stretch the sound wave to get longer strides or shrink it.
Keep talking.
To where you get higher pitched and go up and down like at a faster pace.
That'd be hot.
Looks neat.
It'd be an interesting phone game if you had to speak into the microphone to do the audio waves. So it's just people in the last straightaway just going.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in this cheat code of the week because it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the cheat code of the week's about to be hot fire. All right, hold on. I didn't know if we were gonna fuck, marry, kill anything today.
Are we? I wasn't.
Fuck it.
I'll buy Super Mash, but that's about it.
It's too late.
Yeah, but this week's cheat code of the week, Grand Theft Auto 3, wonderful game, genre defining. It's pedestrians have weapons. So when you're just in the game, you'll press R2, R1, triangle X, L2, L1, up, down. Once you've entered this, though, you cannot reverse it. And the pedestrians will have weapons and they'll attack you if they want.
Yeah. It's hilarious. I used to remember playing that with friends, and we'd turn it on and see who could die, stay alive.
Oh yeah, you just switch controllers on death. I feel like that was how you always did like co-op, I guess, single player games. Yeah. Watching all these old ladies throw fucking grenades, though, was killing me. So funny. Shout out to Sean Easy, the YouTube channel that we got this from, just so we don't get fucking.
Thanks, Sean Easy.
Yeah, thanks, Sean Easy.
That's my name when I got my braids in. Tip.
All right, let's wrap this week up real nice.
Yeah. We
Games
appreciate just everybody that's in the chat. You know, we got Siege, we got Gravy Party, and Mr. Game Chat, who hit us up on Twitter. He's got a whole website dedicated to people, kind of community-based gaming chats and channels, kind of like a Discord. So check out Game Chat. Maybe we can get a link for you on the description down below. But thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Justin, what are you playing?
What are we playing?
Oh,
What am I playing?
oh, forgot we're doing that. My bad.
Spotlight. And
Okay,
you already
Brett.
said it earlier. Playing Sea of Thieves and SnowRunner. A little bit of Siege.
You didn't even want to tell anybody you were
SnowRunner?
playing Sea of Thieves. I would look on Discord and be like,
Oh yeah.
Sea of.
I'm surprised he wasn't appearing offline. To be honest, I would have.
Because the minute I'd go, hey, I'm gonna play Sea of Thieves with my brother, both of you would immediately go, "You're trash." Why mention it if it's gonna get roasted for it? But I enjoy
That's
it. I have a
true.
fun time playing it. So
Hey, I reinstalled it. I'm gonna try and play with some guys I play D&D with. So
Oh, so fuck us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want to
whole
play, let's
fucking
go. I
gaming-
just know there's only like
The whole fucking
Point
gaming
two of
podcast
us.
over here.
both of you two will go. Nah, I'll download it later. Boot Siege.
Yeah.
I mean, season's
What do you
almost
like,
over, bro.
Josh?
I'll give it a shot. Oh, what am I playing? All right, I did pick up something new this weekend, and I've gotten fixated. God of War. I've picked it up. I've talked about this before. I picked it up 2 other times, played a couple hours, and just kind of got bored. This time, I'm like, I'm in it to win it. Like, I'm super into the story. I just fought the Valkyrie for the first time. She fucked me up for a couple times, but I got her. I busted her ass. It's just so much fun. I'm really, really, really enjoying that game. Yeah, I'll get back to Final Fantasy 7. I'm still playing that, but right now God of War just completely took the hand.
By the way, you don't have to. That Valkyrie is optional.
She talked shit. She walked up to me, looked at me, and I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
talk shit.
I was like, boy, get him. So yeah, it's so good. I knew the game was fun in the first place, but I just never got fully into it. Now I'm like, I've played like 4 hours like every day, so it's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, boy. What you playing, Phil? Bust the scroll out. Roll that.
Me?
fucker.
Okay. So this week,
So I was like, hold on, let me translate it all into English.
I've only played 2 things. I finished Ori and the Blind Forest. Wonderful. It's hard for me not to say that it's a perfect game. I gave it a perfect score. Music, art style, gameplay, wonderful. And then Pillars of Eternity 2 I'm still playing because there's just so much to do in that. So those are the only 2 things I'm playing. I played Siege once with you
You
dudes.
did.
You
It was
did
pretty
do it.
fucking hilarious.
Mine was blown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been 2 hours out of Phil.
Then he got off and did his
He's like,
manly
"Bye."
duties.
His bad.
He's mad.
I had to go play D&D.
Yeah, that's what I said, bitch.
Yeah, D&D.
And everybody knows I'm not playing anything. I'm doing fucking homework all week. But we're gonna play some stuff tonight, I think. Yeah.
Probably. But all right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Like Brandon said, shout out. Thanks everybody here. Gravy Party, Under Siege, person whose name I forgot.
Mr. Game Chat.
Mr. Game Chat.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
so
don't
much.
forget to support your
Oh, yeah.
local businesses like Grumpy Bob's Emporium.
Absolutely. Grumpy Bob, shout out. They they actually have a show. I was going to do a shout out for them because they have a show every night, 10 p.m. on their YouTube channel that they just started. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, way go Grump.
We'll check it out. But let us know down below what you were excited about during that Microsoft conference, what you watched, what you didn't watch, what games you liked, what games you still want to hear from the EA, from the Cyberpunk. Let us know. I'll talk
Everything.
about it. I'll be there. Cool. Thanks
Yo,
for watching,
yo.
guys.
Later, everybody.
Have a great day. Bye.